the false Messiah. Is the Antichrist, and I'm going to use that term for effect instead of the more accurate term false Messiah, is the Antichrist a literal man? Is the Antichrist some future or possibly current world leader who leads the entire population of Earth into worshiping him? Does he literally stamp 666 or a barcode on our forehead, or possibly implant a biochip under the skin on our right hand? Is there going to be a new religion spring up overnight that causes the entire world to worship this Antichrist figure? Is this man going to be elevated in our hearts as God incarnate above Yahuwah? Is this man going to go to Jerusalem and enter a rebuilt temple, stop the sacrificial offerings, and proclaim himself God before the entire world, and we all fall down and worship this man? Is this man going to change the ordained times of Yahuwah, his holy days, and replace them with some pagan rituals? And is this man going to abolish the law? These are the requirements of this man, if it is such a literal human being that fulfills these requirements. Or is this Antichrist a false image of the true Messiah? Could it be an image throughout history that has competed with the truth? Has this false image of the true Messiah been with us for thousands of years, already produced a world religion that has forced humanity through the threat of death, then forced ignorance to worship this image? Does this false image of the true Messiah already have a false prophet who speaks on behalf of this image blasphemies against the Most High? Has the Holy Scriptures literally been altered, the name of this false Messiah inserted, and the true name of the Messiah removed, and have blasphemies been written into the Scriptures so that we who read the Bible would be deceived by the very pages of the book we thought we could trust? Has this image been given a mark that has already been placed on the foreheads of humanity for thousands of years? And has this mark already prevented anyone who does not have it from buying and selling? Have we already, for thousands of years, elevated this false image of the true Messiah in our hearts as God incarnate above the Creator? Has this Antichrist and an image that is false already entered the temple of God, Yahuwah, stopped the sacrifices, and proclaimed himself to be God? What if the Antichrist is not a man, but an image, and has already led the entire population to commit the abomination of desolation unknowingly for thousands of years, a deception so great no one sees it, and so great that if possible could even deceive or has deceived the very sons and daughters of Yahuwah as prophesied? What if our Bibles have been twisted to teach this Antichrist, altered so that we could never recognize this image as false because he is preached right on the pages of Scripture? Even the mark of the beast twisted and changed so that we would be looking the other way. False teachers everywhere who have already committed the abomination of desolation themselves, given their lives to the Antichrist, who we trust and think are men of God, leading us to our deaths, teaching us lies, having us looking for things that will never happen. All the while, the entire world lies within the grip of this true Antichrist or false Messiah, an image that is not true of the Messiah, who has already changed the holy days, replacing them with Babylonian rituals, and has already abolished the law of Yahuwah and is the lawless one. What if every prophecy of this Antichrist has already been fulfilled in great detail right before our very eyes, and we have all fallen for this lie, the great deception? And we simply cannot see it because Yahuwah has given us over to a depraved mind that we should believe this lie because we have elevated the image of a man who died as God incarnate in our hearts above the Creator. What if we have been clearly warned throughout the pages of Scripture what this Antichrist would be and how it would deceive us, and yet it deceives us still? What if the Bible is true and this deception is so powerful, so complex, so long in the making that it has deceived all of mankind for 5,000 years until now? What if in this late hour we are living at the turn of the age when finally Yahuwah would raise up men of understanding to break the seals over his word and reveal to the world who this Antichrist really is? Would you listen? Or is ignorance bliss? To understand who or what this false Messiah truly is, we must have a firm understanding of the battle waged throughout the pages of Scripture dating all the way back to Babylon. It was there, in Babylon, this beast came out of the sea, and the second beast was formed that caused the world to worship the first beast, and it was there, in Babylon, that a false prophet rose up against the Most High. Welcome to the ministry of SabbathCovenant.com. We're going to clearly identify the long-awaited Antichrist, or false Messiah, the image of a man that is not true, the image of the Messiah that is a lie. This message is not going to be easy. If you have elevated an image of the Messiah as God incarnate in your heart, if you have believed that a man was God in the flesh, then this message is for you. But to hear what it is that I'm saying is going to require the hand of Yahuwah literally calling you out, because we were warned not to elevate a man who died as God in our hearts, and if we do, we will be given over to believe this massive lie, the greatest, most complex deception 5,000 years in the making. Welcome to The Antichrist Revealed, a special message from a Nazarene perspective. I am Sha'ul.